Hey guys, I'm going to be doing a video, so creating your character from the start. I've got my character name there. I'll be using the rogue class, okay, fast and agile, critical strikes, so heavy hitter, not so much on defense or health, okay. You have your melee classes, so on foot, using melee weapons, swords, mace, axe, that sort of dagger, right? And then you have a ranged class, so like crossbow, uh, longbow. I believe there's throwing knives as well. And then you have mage. I believe they can equip things such as like a staff, and I believe a staff is actually a ranged weapon. And then you have necromancer as well. Have a quick look at necromancer. So dark magic user who commands death and decay. Sounds pretty cool. Master of death magic and undead minions. I'm not sure if there are undead minions in the game as of yet, so I will stray away from that class today. And I'll be going with, as I said, rogue. Okay, I already have an account with a range as a ranger and as a paladin, and I've tried warrior. I personally recommend, if you're going to be going in as a heavy hitter defense, sort of go for paladin. It's a lot stronger, in my opinion, as far as defense goes, than warrior at this stage. And this is, we're in August of the year 2025 at this point in the game. Okay, just to give you an idea of where the game's at and where I'm at with it. If you're watching this video down the line, alright, create character and begin adventure. Okay, so you're spawned into the game, okay, dropped in. You'll be at the New York City NYC safe zone spawn, okay? Now be aware, this is a public area at this point in the game. There are a lot of flags, real players' flags around. Okay, lots and lots of them. This is New York City. Alright. Now if you jump around these flags, so if you hit on one, travel, jump around, and you can zoom in and zoom out, moving across, back and forth. Okay, zooming in. Now you got some creatures here, things such as squirrels, wolves, rabbits. So that is a squirrel there. I highly advise not attacking any squirrels or any wolves early game. Reason being is when you hit one, they can pull in a pack. So if I hit a squirrel, it has the chance to pull in a pack of them, and when you get pack attacked, you're likely to die. Pretty much guaranteed to die. Same with wolves. Wolves are stronger than squirrels. So getting attacked by a pack of wolves early game, guys, and I'm talking like up to like level 20. You don't even want to be touching these guys, eh? Alright, it's your choice if you do. Now if you go to the bottom right, there's 3 dots. Click the 3 dots, okay? And you have a GPS location here. Alright, now if you go get location, it'll bring up your location and then you can relocate. I'm going to go and pause here and I'm going to go and relocate to my real life location currently. Okay guys, I'm back. Alright, so I've relocated. Now I do have some other flags around here. Okay. Now, this is my other account's flags. So what I'm going to go and do is travel along till I get to the end of the flag. Okay, and then what I'm going to go and do is travel to the end of it. So by double tapping, moving to the end of the flag in the direction that you want a flag in. So I'm going to be going down this road here, okay? So I'm going to be holding out. Now you can go out quite a fair distance. So if I put a flag right down on the edge of the circle, holding, boom, there pops a flag, right? So I held down and up popped the flag. Now, to build a flag, you need 3 wood and 3 leather. If you go to your inventory, so that's the middle one with the number 8 there, hit that. I have 45 wood and 2 leather. Okay, now when you start the game, you get 50 wood, so it must be 5 wood and 3 leather to build a flag. Okay. Wooden sword, leather armor in my inventory. Okay, so next to the number 8 there, your inventory, you have the shield, and that's your equipment. So hit your armor slot, equip your leather armor, and weapon slot, and equip your wooden sword. And if you scroll down, you have a pickaxe, a wooden one, and an axe. Axe for chopping wood, pickaxe for mining. And those can, when you build a blacksmith, you can craft better ones, okay? Better gear, better axes, better pickaxes. Currently with the wooden one, I can chop oak trees, pick up items, leather. So that was a drop left from my other player from attacking a squirrel, as I advised not to attack squirrels or wolves. Up until about level 20, I should not be attacking that rabbit. Okay, that was a level 13 rabbit, and I'm level 2, and I took it out. So that's promising. Because my other account was like level 10. My main account's level 71. There's a maximum of 100 levels at this point in the game. And at this point in the game, no one's level 100. I think the highest player is level 85. Okay. So you pick up the drops. That is a demon, I believe. I would not advise attacking a demon this early in the game. If you go to your inventory, you will see in your inventory you have things such as food and meat. Now, you can if you scroll down, you have quick slots. So press that first one that's unlocked and equip either your meat or your food. Food gives you 25 health per food, whereas meat gives you 25 health plus 25% of your maximum health. So if you're quite low, it'll boost it up more than a food will. And I haven't seen food being dropped. So I think it's just a starter pack. So you can either use it first or use it later, or just get rid of it later if you don't need it. So some of these trees I can't cut down yet because I'm not high enough in level. So if you go to that one that looks like a person with the blue circle, that second one over next to map, hit that one. That's your character information. So every time you level up, you get 3 stat points that you can choose to distribute into stats such as strength, agility, intelligence, defense, right? So if I go down here, strength increases physical damage. Okay. Agility increases attack speed, critical chance, and dodge. Now, depending on how you want to build your character, intelligence, magic, damage, and mana. So if you're not if you're not a mage or potentially a necromancer, then you won't really need to be increasing this intelligence all that much, or if at all. Okay, so at this point in the game, I advise not to put points into intelligence if you are not a mage or necromancer. Defense reduces incoming damage from all sources. I am a fan of defense personally. However, you may wish to increase morely in physical damage, or it's your choice how you want to build your character. I seem to be taking these mobs out pretty well as it is, so I'm going to be going all into defense. The whole lot. Okay. Okay, so at the moment I don't need grass. I'm going to be going after wood and leather so I can keep flagging and leveling. Not attacking any squirrels or wolves as they mob attack you. Now, if you choose to attack them, you may find out the hard way as to why I do not. As you can see, my character looks pretty cool. He does have a mask on, and he does have two what look to be daggers. He does look quite cool, actually, and he is a rogue. So there is different character looks. This game is still in development at this point. As I said, it's August of 2025. I'll go to the edge of the circle. This time, I won't put it just outside the edge of the circle. As you can see, the circle that I created is overlapping pretty much half of the other circle, and similarly again on those other circles. But if you have a look at this circle here, it's only just lapping on that one, as you can see. So that's kind of what I want to mimic instead of these more closely lapping flags. So I'm going to be putting my flag a lot further out. As you can see, I put it so far out that it's actually only just touching the other flag. And you can actually put it so far out that it won't actually touch your other flag at all. And I'll show you on the next one. I'll go and do it straight away so you get an idea. So I'll go move right out to the edge of the circle, right? And your screen will adjust automatically. And I'll go and put a flag way further out. See how far out I put it? Now, I haven't tested how far you can put it out. If you want to put it out really far and you want to try all these things, that's up to you. Okay, I'm going to be taking out the rabbits, the trees that I can chop. At the moment, I cannot chop that pine tree. Now, I did go quite heavy on defense, and I am in rogue class, and rogue is primarily agility. Pretty much agility. So, even though I am a big fan of defense, to spec to the class, at some point I may wish to go into agility more. And that's going to build my dodge, critical chance hit and dodge. However, it is a melee class, so I've got to be aware that some things may damage me more. If I go down to the shield and I scroll down, Base stats with equipment. Combat effectiveness, rogue. See here, defense reduction 25%. Critical chance. See the stand, it's already coming out with 39% critical chance. My goodness. Amazing. So if I invest into that, that's only going to go up more. But that's critical chance, that's not dodge. That's like critical chance to hit critically. So you have like normal attack hits, and then you get a critical hit, and it's stronger than a normal hit, right? So if assassin, rogue seems very strong in hit. Have yet to, and quite fast and moving by the looks of it. So if you're moving around a flag, say if I tap close to where I am, your character will move slower. Whereas if I tap further away, it'll move faster. See how it's moving faster? So if I tap all the way across to the other side of the circle, my character will move faster. And I heard another player say that's like running as opposed to walking. Can I chop birch trees? Yes, I can. So if you go to your character information and you scroll down, keep going, you have skills. So combat's like attacking creatures and that, right? Level 10. Wood cutting goes up in level. Mining goes up in level. Then you got like your crafting, building, hunting. Hunting, I'm not sure about. Even on my level 71 character, I have not hit level 2 in hunting. So I think that might be void at this point in the game. Herbalism, we don't have a use for herbs at this point in the game, as it's still in development, being August of 25. Blacksmithing, I don't have a blacksmith yet, that's a building. Okay. And your blacksmith is where you can craft your gear, your axes, your pickaxes, right? Repair your gear as well, as your gear will get damaged. So see how I've got my armor and my weapon equipped, and it's at 100%. Say if I had boots on, my boots would be going down faster than my gear because of the traveling. So just be aware of that when you do get boots. I'm going to be taking down all deer, boars for leather, and rabbits for meat and leather. Okay, you need 3 leather and 5 wood to put down a flag. I thought it was 3 wood and 3 leather. I'll have a double check after I clear. I'll clear the circle of, so stone to get your mining level up. Chopping oak trees and birch trees when you're able to. I can't chop pine trees yet. Okay, so that rabbit dropped a blacksmith hammer. You're going to need a blacksmith hammer to do blacksmith crafting, okay? So that's where you get them from, rabbits. Not every rabbit will drop one though. So you need to kill some number of rabbits. Okay, so I mentioned about seeing how much wood, move to the edge of the circle. Let's see how much wood it takes. So how much wood do I actually have? This is an auto stack feature, so hit that auto stack button and that'll auto stack your stuff. So say if your stuff split into different packs, so you got like 10 here and 40 there, it'll organize them all, so you have that like 10 and 40 will become 50. And say if you had like 200 gold, but then you dropped your gold and you had 500 somewhere else, it wouldn't be like 500 and 200, it'll become 700. Okay. All right, so I got 44 wood. The other wood is not usable for building flags, okay? It is for crafting axes, okay? So just be aware of that. When you chop trees, you get different types of wood. So if it says specifically like oak wood or birch wood, or it has a name with the wood, that you cannot use for building flags. Only the one that says just wood. Basic building material gathered from trees, okay? It's a basic building material. See, whereas this is used for crafting oak tier tools. Okay, so it's used for crafting, it's not used for building. Okay. Alright, now 44, and I've got 12 leather. So let's see how much. I'll put a flag down. Overlapping. I prefer to overlap. So 44 and 12 went down to 39, so it used 5 wood, and 12 went down to 9, so it used 3. So yeah, it's 5 wood and 3 leather. And you should pretty much be good to go for a while doing this as you get along further, become more adventurous. See, now I've been leveling my mining level. Now I can mine tin ore. So if you have, you put tin ore and copper ore together with stone and obsidian, once you get up to mining obsidian, and then you can put down an obelisk. That's similar to the NYC safety zone obelisk spawn. So if you go to your territory list, so they have an obelisk there, okay? And that, if you build an obelisk, it'll create a waypoint. So what I'll do is I'll harden this flag. So if you click on your flag, manage flag, single flag. So if you go to upgrade, hardened flag. Okay, I don't have iron ore at the moment. So to harden your flag, to make it stronger, you can harden it with wood, stone, and iron ore once you get iron ore, okay? I'm going to put down another flag. I'm going to refresh this flag. And I'm going to jump back to that flag as I missed some things on it, such as those rabbits and trees. That's gold ore. Mining level required 15. Pickaxe power required 105. There's an iron ore vein. I cannot mine that yet. I don't have enough pickaxe power, but my mining level is okay. Alright. So if I go to the 3 dots down the bottom right, if I go to structures, build, structure type, blacksmith. So I need to build a blacksmith. I need 150 wood, 175 stone, 125 leather, 500 gold. Construction time 1 minute. Okay, and that crafts weapons, armor, and tools. Can be built anywhere, I assume. A house, safe storage, spawn point, and home base. To build a house, you need 100 wood, 50 stone, 200 gold, and 50 leather. However, the construction time is 120 minutes. So that's a couple of hours there to build a house. However, not too badly priced in materials. There are some other structures that can be built. However, primarily I'd be focusing on getting a blacksmith. Okay, guys? I'd be going for that blacksmith first. Actually, that's not right. No. Build your house first based on the fact that it's a spawn point. So when you build your house, it'll come up in your territories as being able to jump to your house, right? So you want to be building your house. Yeah, so what I should really be doing is farming those materials that I need. In order to get that sorted. And I may have to do a whole nother video for that, as it'll take me way too long to farm that in one video. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and pause.